again, my problem with Nar, as always, is you're relying on the enemy team to slip up rather than you being good. That's my
Thankfully, we do not have an extended pause. Maokai can remain in the forest as we go on to the Rift for Game 2 of MGN Box Esports taking on SBTC Esports.
Okay, so let's look at this Vega. He's been popping up a little bit. I've seen him in bot lane. The only games I've really watched, I've seen him in bot lane, but he has definitely been picked up in the mid lane. And it's a pretty good answer into a number of champs. I think it's really great into a Jax composition because you're not auto attacking, so it doesn't really matter, and you can of course knock out the leap strike as well. So similar sort of theory, I guess, coming through against the Wukong. And of course you can just trap Annie. Annie can't do anything. She can't get out of that. Vidboy's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, gets ignited at level 1. Does have that red gun to get a little bit of health back, but he's not going to be happy about that one.
Yeah, man, I know they buffed Thresh's damage, but that was it's not meant to be level 1 damage. It's meant to be as he gets souls. But yeah, just the early steel shoulder guards going for that AD option just lets you have a little bit more lane presence. Meanwhile, Palette trying to play it a little safer with their support item choice. But Vidboy should be fine. As you said, has the ability to heal up, has the early control over the wave, and Palette playing the control really well. Flay from Zodiac at level 1 means they can't really threaten as aggressively with the pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and does actually end up in SE's favor, at least positioning-wise, if not health bar-wise. Up on the top side, Emperor looks to be building a bit of an early crash, but Summer going Mega should have some stats to be able to fend him off if he wants to.
Yeah, bit interesting. This feels like a definite choice from Sunma to drag Enpa forward in lane, as he's got as Tomrio is clearing up to the top side, and you'd normally expect lane control to sort of fall into the ranged champion's hands. So I think this is a deliberate pull him forward, try and make him sweat a little bit, but it does concede a lot of control to the bot side, and you get to just cheat a call out of Aphelios.
Yeah, I mean, you're always fairly happy to do that if you can get that early cull onto the Aphelios' spot, making his way down to the bot side, not going to be spotted. I don't know if they'll go for this play. I think it is just going to be a ward to try and see Tom Rio's movements early on. I don't think there's a huge opportunity. That's a pretty big wave, and yeah, he's just going to complete the recall.
Close up to Palette, but yeah, I mean, we saw the emote come out, so maybe they thought there was a ward. Maybe Zodiac walked up into the river and then just came back, giving the false impression of it. But either way, huge wave. He didn't really want to fight into that. So it's just going to be a quick reset, and then another top to bottom clear coming out from from Spot rather, on SBTC Esports, but they might come across each other.
Ooh, actually, could have a little bit of trouble for Enpa. Never mind, it's not Enpa that's in trouble. It's Summer. There's so much damage coming in from those scissors. Spot in range as well, has flash, but I think Summer will get out of dodge. Yeah. Enpa fending off this play in pretty spectacular fashion.
Yeah, Spot popping that sweeper realizes he's already been spotted, so there's no chance to go in, and oh man, that's annoying. But yeah, Enpa playing that out really well, almost turning it around onto the Nara for this. He hadn't already blown his ghost at an earlier moment. I'm not quite sure when he did that. Maybe he did that really early to try and force some lane control that he had in the early stages, but yeah, if he had that ghost, that probably was a dead Gnar, and would have been a great start for Enpa.
Yeah, the start's not terrible regardless, as he is just building himself up a nice lead. Enpa, we know he loves playing these lane dominant, very, very strong champions. It's just looking at the bot lane. Tom Rio lurking around. He's not doing anything though, just kind of threatening.
Yeah, hasn't been able to really impact these lanes. All of SBTC playing pretty far back, just letting the waves push into them. With the exception of Enpa, who is always willing to take that fight, try and hand stiff you in the top side. But this could be bad. Spot is lurking. Tomrio's just behind, so stop with the scared Yumi. I can't do armchair psychology on emotes.
It's just going to be a wave clear. I think Spot was just in a position for a potential lane gank that might have been coming in from Tomrio. They weren't sure where he was. They will find out soon enough, I'm sure, as they will start up the dragon, but he could go over the wall, attempt to steal.
This is bow, so
they know he's there.
I think they're willing to. Not with an Annie being able to just turn quite with her ability.
Yeah, they will just secure the dragon. The pinch potentially coming in. Oh, but they're just going to turn around onto Zodiac. Drop the bear.
That is
blood for Vin boys.
That is beautiful calls from side of SBTC. If they just tried the passive play, they would have been just caught out by a hook and run down. But Dia just does not let that happen. Instant murder onto Zodiac. Just flash Tibbers, and the follow-up is perfect. You can see here, look, it should be okay. They even dropped the turret as sort of a attempt to block the hook, preemptive block, but nope, just turn and burn. Goodbye, Thresh.
Yeah, just absolutely annihilate Zodiac. Pretty fantastic stuff there. Looking at this top side, it is very even at the moment, a slight CS lead for Enpa after these early plays, neither of them getting involved in that last little flurry of action. Where are your eyes being drawn? Is there anything jumping out at you, Marby?
Yeah, it's a 2-wave lead for Gwen in a lane against a Gnar. Gwen is not meant to have a good laning phase. That's kind of why she isn't so perma prio in pick ban anymore. Her lane phase has been pretty new. I feel that in my soul. The walk of shame. Just you put your heart out and try and give your mid laner that quick rune, and they just leave you in the Zodiac. Nobody deserves that.
It's true. That. Nobody does. As MB are going to get themselves a Herald. SC just not really in the spot to contest that. So, objective secured. Nugu walking back into lane, but look at this. The stun comes in. Under the tower they go. Cyclone used, but the cage keeps him safe. And that's an ultimate burn for not much. Yeah,
just a little bit off on Tibbers. They probably wouldn't have had the opportunity if they'd waited.
Sorry, what was that about Tibbers?
Tibbers is back. Tibbers is back up and turned that 2v1 into a 3v1 pretty quickly, and we learned that Nubu cannot survive that. Just steps up, wants that cannon, I guess. Annie kind of strong. Yeah,
that's a lot of burst. And Annie, now on the top side, still has Tibbers available, chunking out Tomrio.
It's still
Tier 1 that looks pretty happy.
Yeah, they managed to catch it. They managed to catch out Emperor and knock him down. Plenty of CC available between this top jungle duo. But Annie's response, bit slow, couldn't really get there in time, but it's fine. It's fine. It's all good. What happens here? Gnar into a belly bop. Doesn't need a belly bop.
No real counterplay there.
Yeah.
Oh, Vinboys is dead.
Hook box into everything coming out of.
Oh, look at this. Crouching Tiger, hidden Renata. Spot joining the play as well. Slows goes down. Zodiac low, but Hook and Flash might get him out. Spot, where's the E? There it is, but he's gonna die. No, never mind. Paulette will get him out.
No. The health fund. I've forgotten what the actual name was, but something along those lines, right? What happens here? Vinbush just eats a hook. Yeah, that's just
he just gets hooked and.
Bit of a waste of the of the Featherstorm there. I understand trying to get as much burst in, but this is a nice attempt to just try and keep them there as long as possible. And honestly, that Flay passive damage did a decent chunk to slows, so it worked out really well. And the Ignite was just enough to take it down. And quick run down of Thresh. Just really nice turnaround play from Paulette. Heads up.
Yeah, that looked really good. As Emperor just doing a little bit of harassment as he continues to maintain just a slight lead. That last death did catch the CS up for Summer. But you can see that in terms of actual trading and lane positioning, Emperor is not particularly scared. No,
he's just going in, trying to get these snips down. He loses out a little bit on that trade, but it is all fine. It's all good. It's 10 seconds till the next dragon. And even though it's a fairly even top side for Enper, the bot side is winning. There's a very fed spot. There's fed Wukong. That's a fed DO1. It's not as fed as Vinboys could be against slows, but it's doing fine. And Paulette is more than happy, well on the way to that Shirelia's Revelry. And so they are just gonna keep on keeping on, pretty much. And that's all they need to do. It's not like they fall off by any means.
Nope,
the Flash Tibbers is always potent. Aphelios is great.
Ooh. Dia in some trouble. Spot is going to come in, try and bail him out, but you can't counterplay the baby cage. Spot actually getting stunned up. Might be in a little bit of trouble here as he's desperately trying to kill Tom Rio. The stopwatch buying time. Needs to dance around with Vega. Manages it. Enpa comes in at the speed of sound as Nugu can't get the kill onto Spot. It's a double kill for the monkey.
Spot. Okay, Empa missed everything there. Gets his assist, but you know, I think ideally they really would have liked that to go over to Empa, but yeah, Dia just not much you can do here. Hits the stopwatch, but that just means you get baby caged instantly. And this looks pretty bad from Spot. He did end up in the cage or like on the cage, but he still just has enough damage. He's already reached up to that Divine Sunderer. I'm pretty sure it's because he's doing just fine and gets a double kill for himself. So 2 for 1 in the trade overall. You're more than happy with that. Yeah, he's 11 left. 3-0.
It was a fairly average game one from him on the Maokai. Was not super impressed by his play. This is much more impressive here on the Wukong. Has been super explosive, 100% kill participation. Pretty much exactly what you want to be seeing out of this early game playmaking jungler.
Yeah, you're definitely seeing the comfort start to show. The Maokai looked like he just wasn't aware of the limits of this champion, especially with his build and choices and that very early level 1, like level 2, level 3 dive. This time around, he just knows his limits, and he is executing on them extremely well. And now he's being able to link up with DO1 and with Paulette in certain situations and really make things happen.
Good luck, Summer. Good luck. There's an Annie coming in. Stun Prime. They miss everything.
Good flash.
Well done there by Summer. They get out the TP from mid as well to keep him safe. Lovely stuff there by MBE.
Yeah, they commit the Tibbers and the Cyclone at the exact same time. So the Flash dodges them both, which works out really well. In the end, it's not too much committed by SBTC, so it's a free Flash, not that upset. A little bit of time wasted, perhaps. But it's 2 big ultimates down, which means this should be a Rift Herald for the side of Box, because I don't think SBTC would really want to fight without, their big ultimates. They don't even have the needlework up either, so just leave it, let it go.
Yeah, they just, bursts of action with lots of lull states so far.
Yeah, what is actually coming out good for the side of MBE is, even with that little sidestep into the tier, they've hit the Rod of Ages at roughly the same time, so Vigar is pretty happy just to keep stacking up. He's going to be super, super strong. He's going to be able to pick up that Dead Man's Plate as well, quite likely in a third item. He's just going to be cranking out so much damage, and it's going to be really hard to deal with him.
For sure. Once again, Emperor, still just on Weed Whacker duty, up there with Summer. Rift Herald summoned up in the mid lane. That should crack that open for MBE. Good stuff. Right before the dragon as well. No, never mind. I can't read numbers. Oh, Emperor moving forward, using that needlework. Can he land the last hit? Of course he can. Solo kill for the Emperor.
Lands at that time. That's what you want from Emperor. He's not even on his first item. He's still behind a mythic, and he is already committing to taking down. Okay, Tomoyo caught out.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. Good handshake. He can go nowhere. Vin Boys will take that kill every day of the week.
Yeah, but I was really worried that Cyclone was going to take that one, as it was taken away. But that is a great pick ahead of this dragon. Just gonna watch this. Summer recently transformed out of Mega Gnar and just eats a lot of damage. And once that first needlework lands with the ghost in hand, Emperor can just run him down and nothing he can do.
No, there is not. So that will be a dragon. Fairly easy here for SE, moving up to Soul Point as they secure their third. And a Mountain Drake for a Gwen, who gets the extra resistance in her W. Wukong with that passive. They're looking very, very tanky.
Yeah, they're gonna be pretty happy, and especially against Veigar, just having that shield passive coming out from the Mountain Soul just to offset some of the bloody ridiculous Veigar burst. He's still a little bit away from it. He still has to stack his Rod of Ages. He still has to complete his Seraphs, but that will be a godsend once it gets to that stage for Nugu. And he's been keeping up okay. He's been killed a couple of times, but he's keeping up on CS. He's had a decent tower. There have been a couple of towers dropped. Oh, there's one tower dropped, so he's gotten a bit of gold from that. And he's not behind the curve really at all. And that's going to be really important because he's going to be the biggest problem for SBTC in my opinion, especially with a Thresh behind him to make him even harder to kill. Like, I was still thinking Slows is the safest AD carry known to man, but you can just, because of that, you can just save Zodiac's Lantern pretty much entirely for Nugu in the 5v5s, and then it becomes impossible almost.
Oh, Tibbers misses, or rather just doesn't get too much done. Slows getting away, taking a lot of damage. Spot comes in. The assassin is here, gets away from the baby cage as well, so he'll even escape.
Yeah, beautiful hook coming out from Paulette after the Featherstorm is forced from Dia. Spot's going back in.
Yeah, just cycloning on the side. Renata ult going across the team. Doesn't get a huge amount done, but Emperor does. Cutting Nugu down. And what was that about biggest threat?
Zodiac just completely zoned out. Oh god, this doesn't stop.
Spot. It's okay. Spot will just evacuate. He doesn't want to mess with the burst from Gragas when he's that low.
I gotta say, Paulette's been absolutely smurfing this. Like, lands this handshake immediately, lets them just burst out, slows, and the assassination from Spot just to finish that off, and getting away just at the skin of his teeth there, just narrowly missing the baby cage. And then this re-engage, the hostile takeover comes through, just catches him on the end, and then the handshake to pull him back.
Lovely Paulette.
Just beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, Paulette is having a bit of a blinder on this Renata, which you love to see. Look at the damage.
Vin Boys is doing all the heavy lifting, it looks like.
Vin Boys, Aphelios ultimate, that flamethrower ultimate, it hurts.
That boy is achieving, and another one to the list. Emperor realizes he's been slacking and has to catch up. That's another one. Love to see it. We love to see an Emperor killing everybody else in a 1v1.
We do. We do, as SE will just push up mid. Slow's doing a decent job clearing the wave. Won't be able to pick the tower up yet.
No, but they're working on this 1-3-1 again, and I can pretty much guess where this goes. Yeah, that's a old. That was
Stun
almost
comes
beautiful.
in, last bit of the ult, and picked him down. Yeah,
that was almost perfect from Emperor there, being able to position the W to be able to just mostly walk through the baby cage. Fails it a little bit at the end there, because if you're in the W, but Vegar's in the W, baby cage not work.
Yeah.
So Gwen is actually extremely happy, and you almost have to have a Thresh nearby to just keep input away, thanks with lantern capabilities. And Spot wants this Baron, but
they're just checking for vision. They're just checking for vision. They don't actually find. There is one ward they didn't find, so I think SE will sniff this out.
Yeah, they pretty much saw everybody run just past the wave as well, so this is going to be very quick. Tomio could steal with a good ult, with good cask smite, but can't get in.
Yeah, just can't get close enough. Baron has been secured. Now they're going to turn around for the fight. Immediately, a lot of damage goes in, but the revive comes through, and Dia1 will even live after that engage.
Yeah, and now 14 seconds. That is Zodiac dead, and the soul is spawning. MBE can't reset, and Tomio is on half health, so this is just a major health lead. It's a number lead as well. They even have the Baron, so they don't have to commit to this, obviously. They could try and trade it for so much more. And in a way, they're kind of doing that, because they've just sent Enpa to split the side lane. But, 4v4 regardless. Gonna just get the soul. Gonna get away with everything.
Yeah, it's Soul, it's Baron. They've made out like absolute robber barons. And SE now as well, nearly a 10,000 gold lead. It's just a matter of bringing this one home.
Yeah, if you're NBA, yeah, now because of that soul, it just gets so much harder. And Tomio just that does not have the way in, and the meat gets jumped on as well by the Tibbers to just try it. Just guarantee it. And Zodiac steps a bit too far forward, which is really nice for Dia, because he gets the bailout, because otherwise he was fully committed to give his life for that Baron, but doesn't even have to. So he's happy. He's living the life. He's living the dream. He's been having an absolute blinder on this Annie. And it makes MVP voting really hard, because everybody's been really good. Everyone's actually having such a good game from SBTC this time around. Whereas it was a little bit easier in game one, this time just everybody's stepping up, outclassing their opposite number on MBE. And it's just complete domination.
Hook onto Dia1. Doesn't really work out. Just a bit of a holding pattern for now.
But Enpa's just a menace. Enpa can't be stopped. They're not even trying to stop him, really.
No, they can't. They have to send so many members of their team to stop this Gwen. This is a pretty impossible situation.
Yeah. You need to send at least 2 members. Okay, a catch onto Spot.
There's a catch onto Spot, but he's a Wukong. He just W's away.
Flash. Yeah, good flash on the cask. And it's like, okay, my turn.
Enpa doing so much damage. Where did they go, Marby? They've vanished like a magician's trick. And it's only 2 of them. It's only 1 of them.
That counts.
The Grand Maestro Enpa pulls a victory out of the hat. And they walk in. SE will grab themselves a 2-0 over MBE. MBE putting up a decent fight, particularly in game 1, but they will end up falling, and they are still waiting for their first win of the VCS.
Yes. It's now down to 0.